Cheers.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. What a fantastic turnout. And I realise because Palmwoods aren't having a forum as well, there's probably a number of Palmwoods people here tonight. So thank you Palmwoods and thank you Woombai. Could I start by acknowledging the Cubby Cubby people, the traditional custodians of the land, and also acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. This is my second election running for Division 5. I ran 4 years ago and very excited to be back here running again this election. I'll start by telling you a bit about myself and then I'll talk about some of the initiatives that we're putting forward to make sure that a new voice and an active voice is present for Division 5. I've lived in the hinterland for 15 years in Palmwoods and Woombai and continue to raise my 2 children here. In my working life, I've always worked in human services with people. So I'm a retired high school teacher of English, drama and film and television for 20 years. I'm a retired operating theatre nurse. For a few years I did that at the start, and now I work for the NDIS, working with people with disability. So I've always worked for people, helping people. I suppose I am a true humanitarian in that regard. And I would love to continue working for people, working for you, as I can bring our vision and more action to our division. Teaching taught me a wealth of skills. And over that 20-year career, I came to master a number of key skills that I think are incredibly important for a counsellor. Adaptability, organisation, creativity, social skills, and importantly, a participative, democratic style of leadership. I've always worked to make sure that people have a better life. My values are strong, consistent, and transparent, and I'm a strategic leader. In Woombai itself, there are a number of issues that have come up as I've been consulting with the community, both door knocking and having cafe catch-ups here at Grounded and Frankie's, and also having cafe catch-ups at Homegrown in Palmwoods. And I will hopefully get an opportunity to share some of those concerns that have come up in Woombai. I'll start by just referring to a few. The Woombai streetscape we know has been completed. People are a little disappointed that a couple of things haven't already happened. The town map isn't there and the town sign has completely been overlooked. So there's a couple of things there that we could improve on for the $1.52 million that it cost. Improve pedestrian accessibility around town. Improve the local playground near Memorial Park. It's currently very faded and old. Consider improvement to the fatal intersection where Pine Grove Road meets Blackwell Street. Big problem, people doing U-turns, etc. Has become unsafe. And more for the youth of today, especially 18 to 25-year-olds, which is my passion. Working with teenagers for 20 years, I know a little bit about how to motivate them and how to give them a future career. Stopping inappropriate development in favour of affordable development, and moving forward the telecommunications tower that's been proposed for Woombai as well. That's something that I hope comes up tonight. The 4 initiatives that I'll be addressing specifically: easing the housing crisis. We all live in a very beautiful yet expensive part of the world. Housing has become unaffordable for many people, and some people are leaving the Sunshine Coast because they can no longer afford to live here. Once upon a time, the hinterland was the cheaper option, Nambour for example, but even now those prices are going out through the roof. So we need to think about supporting small secondary dwellings, low impact infill housing, and encouraging reasonable rents. The second thing is acting on climate change. 4 years ago, I put forward the idea to declare a climate emergency, and I'm happy to say that Council did approve that and get that up and running in the first 6 months of the council. Unfortunately, I was the only candidate 4 years ago who proposed it and agreed on it. Oh, having said that though, I do remember Greg Cutlack from Udlow was supporting as well on that. But there wasn't a lot of uptake for it, so we've seen great change and improvement in council's environmental policies in the last 6 months. I haven't heard a bell. 30 seconds, great. Okay, acting on climate change. Stopping inappropriate development and improving community connections. More pedestrian access, better public transport, making sure that we don't lose any more of our habitat that we've already lost. Let's get the infrastructure there before we start clearing habitat, and also let's stop building on floodplains, full stop. Thank you.